We mentioned earlier that Alabama beat Notre Dame last night to win its third college football title in 4 years. And, of course, the NFL playoffs are just heating up. With us now, Jim Nantz of CBS Sports, who will call Super Bowl 47 in just a few weeks. Good morning.
Good morning. Nice to see you both.
First of the game last night. What did you think of Alabama last night? Did they play in the NFL?
I know. Well, they always do send a lot of guys to the NFL. It's just really, they just, from the very get-go, this was such a one-sided affair. I was disappointed as a fan, but I mean, Alabama is on such a roll, and this is the definition of a dynasty now. 3 out of 4 years, and Nick Saban's on top of the world.
Yeah.
His name's going up there with the legendary names in the history of college
coaching. Like Bear Bryant?
Absolutely.
So let's talk about, we got a big game this Sunday, Texas versus the Patriots. You're calling the game, right?
That'll be on Sunday. This is a rematch from about a month ago, and that was actually, now that I think about it, the score when New England and Houston met the first time was the same score as last night's Alabama-Notre Dame game, 42-14. So, I mean, Houston's got to obviously approach this in a different manner. They got to figure out a way to try to stop Tom Brady and the Patriots, and everybody says that going into a game against New England. But Houston's got a good defense. It just so happens the last time they met, it just they never figured out a way to solve the riddle. They could not stop them, and they were down 28-0 in a blink of an eye.
So what do you think about this controversy about RG3 and the idea of whether he should, A, have been in the game, and B, once in the game when he looked like he was having problems, should have been taken out?
Well, this is a great thing in the world of sports. The finger pointing part is taking place now. It's the doctor's fault. It's RG3's fault. Most people want to point the finger at Mike Shanahan, but listen, until I hear otherwise from RG3, I mean, Shanahan has said one thing and RG3 has backed it up. The kid went to the coach and said, look, there's a difference between being injured and being hurt, and I can play. Now, some are going to say, well, it's up to the coach now to figure out when this player, though, is a detriment to the team, or perhaps you're risking the long-term future of your franchise player. But nonetheless, he's going in for more tests today with Dr. Andrews. And let's just hope this is not a serious reconstructed knee surgery coming up. Now, he had a major knee operation back in 2009, and he bounced back from that, won a Heisman, has had this fabulous year, and he's revived the Redskins. But it's the next couple of days, I'm anxious to hear how badly he's hurt.
And RG3 is going down to Florida to see Dr. Andrews because they're not sure whether it's a new injury or whether the MRI is just showing some of the old injuries from his 2009 injury.
Well, it's looking like the early reports are some of the MRI imaging coming back shows and suggests that there were some slight tears of the ACL and MCL, and perhaps that was, in fact, left over from the old injury of 2009.
What's the big story of this year's NFL season? Is it the young quarterbacks who've come in and done so well, or is it the running backs, or is it what?
Well, there's a lot, obviously, when you take the whole breadth of the NFL. But I think, the overall biggest story has been the rookie quarterbacks who excelled. This Russell Wilson at Seattle is special.
Wow,
they'll be at Atlanta this weekend. And, I mean, Pete Carroll has built something pretty darn special here in a short time. And, of course, Andrew Luck and Robert Griffin III. But then you have the revival of Peyton Manning's career out in Denver. We have Denver and Baltimore on CBS this Saturday afternoon. Ray Lewis against Peyton Manning.
Oh.
And I was there for Ray Lewis's farewell at home on Sunday. It was a remarkable afternoon and outpouring of love from the fans to Ray, his last dance at home.
I know, he puts on a show.
He does.
Yeah.
They even put him into the victory formation at the end of the game for the last snap on offense, and he got to dance one last time.
Exactly. Let me just ask you, I know that you're friendly with President George H.W. Bush. Have you spoken with him since he's been out of intensive care?
Well, I hope to see him here in the next couple days, actually, and he's getting better every single day. And he's a huge football fan, the Texans' #1 fan. And I want to say this. 2 days ago, President and Mrs. Bush celebrated their anniversary. 68 years, the longest span that any president and first lady in the history of our country have ever been married. 68 years old.
George and Barbara.
They're unbelievable people.
Mr. President, we wish you a full and speedy recovery.
Yes, we do.
Thank you, Jim.
Thank you, guys. See you in New Orleans.